Hi, my name's Mark Evans from Upcycled Plant Power, UPP, a company based at the Agritech Centre in Newport, Shropshire. So at UPP, we solve the farmer's pain points. And what that is, it's about the scarcity of farm labour for harvest. It's also about the cost of that harvest labour. And it's also about the fact that quite often the product comes into flush simultaneously because of weather conditions, and you then end up with too much crop that you don't have the labour to harvest. So it just lies wasted on the field, going to rot. So we solve those problems because we automate the process of broccoli harvest, and that's what we do for you. On top of that, we take the thing that's currently wasted and we turn it into a product, and we give the farmer a share of that income. So we're solving not just the challenges of how you get the crop off the field, we're changing the economics of broccoli as a crop for you, because it's a high value crop but a low margin crop because of the high costs of harvest labour, and we also give you another revenue stream from what would otherwise be waste. At UPP, we think it's really important to look at the farmer's perspective. The farmer's got lots of problems. Harvest labour prices are going up, inputs like fertilisers and pesticides are going up, and there's huge issues broader than that as well. And so going to a farmer and saying, can you adopt this new technology and pay up front, is really never going to happen, because they need to understand the economics from their perspective. Similarly, asking them to get rid of their current harvest labour and take on an unproven product is a real ask as well, because if it doesn't work, they lose their income. So what we're doing is delivering robotic, automated selective harvesting as a service. So rather than saying, buy this machine outright, you basically pay for it as you go. And because it costs less than the harvest labour it replaces, you know that you're going to make more money on your crop. Now, what's also important is, because it uses computer vision and you can run it at night, potentially you can take the broccoli off at night when it's cold, so you don't have to basically reduce its temperature as much when you bring it into the pack house. So you're saving money on electricity. But obviously the most important thing is you're reducing a harvest team from potentially 20 people down to say 3, and that's where the real cost saving is. But if you can also save money on icing your crop or refrigeration, that's also important. It's also important for the planet as well. We don't believe that the future of farming is the farmer sits in his or her farm office, presses a button, off the harvester goes. You're always going to be the case where someone needs to take the harvester to the field to basically commission it and move it through and help take the produce off so it can be quickly taken to the pack house. The volume of data we get will in itself be transformational over time. In order to make the cut decision, the yes-no decision for every single plant, we have to image every plant, which means we get a longitudinal track record of that plant's growth. And that's gold dust, because the current manual labourer, he or she doesn't get that level of insight. So because we can position each plant down to within 10 centimetres, we can now show how the growth trajectory of the plants in the field are working out, which allows you to get better forecasting. So we see an end-to-end digital chain starting off at planting and going all the way through to harvest, where you can actually track how the different varieties are performing, map it onto the weather patterns they've actually experienced, and look at how you optimally select which part of your field you harvest to deliver to the supermarket that wants your product.